The ceremony will commence with a bugle call announcing the arrival of the chief guest. The chief guest will enter escorted by a guard of honor comprising 4 equestrian riders. The equestrian riders are Ganashri Reddy, Bhavik Reddy, Manvik Reddy, and Kanagashri. The chief guest will then take position to be formally invited for inspection.
A general salute will be accorded. The Sea Cadet Corps Platoon Commander Iona Jaiswal will march forward to formally announce that the contingents of the houses, bands, and SCC platoons are assembled and ready for inspection. The chief guest will board the open-top inspection vehicle to review the assembled contingents. During the inspection, a musical piece will be rendered on the Scottish pipes, accompanied by drums. Upon completion of the inspection, the chief guest will return to the saluting base to receive the march past.
The contingents will march past in the following order. Girls' School Captain Kaina Gulea will bear the school flag, closely followed by the Boys' School Captain Hridan Bijal Krupa Tatani bearing the school placard. SEC Boys Platoon will follow suit. SEC Boys Platoon will be led by Yuvraj Singh, Mohammad Zayan, and Aditya Mandal. Following the SEC Boys Platoon will be the SEC Girls Platoon, led by Yutika Gupta, Veena Tanti, and Ananya. In the wake of the SEC Girls Platoon will be Spring House. Spring House will be led by Prisha Vipul Agarwal and Pratham Chedda. Following Spring House will be the Junior Brass Band with the band majors Aditya Babu, Dhiren Ganapati, and Nanjappa Bopanna. Summer House will follow Junior Brass Band. Summer House will be led by Celine Sabu and Agam Chedda. Following Summer House will be the Pipe Band with the band majors Divya Ladia, Arya Manglani. Autumn House will follow the Pipe Band. Autumn House will be led by Yashvi Vasant Kataria and Rajveer Chordia. In the wake of Autumn House will be Winter House. Winter House will be led by Sharika Bekinna and Neev Karya. And finally, it will be the Senior Brass Band with the band majors Nagul Pranav, Akash Babu, and Gokul Tirunavukarasu. We once again extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the Investiture Ceremony of Good Shepherd International School.
Flag bearers will advance to deposit their respective flags in the designated flag holders and will then return to their position.
The newly appointed Prefects Council will perform a slow march exercise. The pipe band, led by the band majors, will play a musical piece. Thereafter, the pipe band will take their seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the school song will be rendered. The student body will remain standing. Hridan Dattani will now lead the school in prayer.
Allowed to remain standing. Please bow your head. Everyone's requested to rise. Please bow your head. Almighty God, we invoke your blessings that this school may be a place where we are known, not just by our names, but by our hopes and our efforts. A home where friendship, kindness, and courage grow, where every voice matters and every heart is heard. May we treat one another not with fear, but with fairness, not with judgment, but with understanding. Let our teachers guide us with wisdom, and let us meet their guidance with curiosity and respect. Help us seek truth with open minds, walk through challenge with quiet strength, and stand for what is right, even when it is not easy. Let us be quick to celebrate each other's joys and slow to resentment when we stumble. May we learn to forgive ourselves and others and to grow from every mistake we make. We give thanks for the chance to learn in the school, to ask big questions, explore new ideas, and become the people the world will one day need. Let this school be not only a place of study, but a community of care where we live more generous, more thoughtful, and more ourselves than when we first arrived. And as we step forward each day, may we carry with us grace in our actions, humility in our success, and courage in our becoming. We ask this prayer with love and gratitude in our hearts. Amen.
Kindly be seated. Headmistress of Good Shepherd International School, Ms. Deepa Suresh, will now administer the oath of office to the newly elected members of the Prefects' Council.
Oath of office. I, hereby solemnly pledge on my honor that I will carry out the duties of the Prefect Council faithfully, truthfully, and to the best of my ability. I shall remain loyal to my school, to my superiors, and to the students placed under me. I further pledge to honor the school law and the code of conduct and to work for the honor and glory of the school, subjugating self for the common weal. I promise to do my duties
in a manner that will serve as an example to others, upholding the dignity of the badge of office, and to strive to preserve a sense of humor and, above all, be a gentle person.
Now, the head of school, Mr. Vinod Singh, will invest the newly elected prefect council members with the powers they need to dispense their duties.
I hereby invest you as a member of the Prefect Council and charge you to honor the pledge you have just taken. Congratulations, everyone.
Assuming the mantle of leadership for the upcoming year, Vian Thiago, school captain for the boys. School captain for the girls, Meera Vadivelan. Next, we invite the incoming Games captain to the stage to receive their honors from the outgoing Games captain, Reenav Shah. Games captain for the girls, Arya Mangalani. Games captain for the boys, Yuvraj Singh.
We now have the Spring House captain. The Spring House outgoing captains, Pratham Chedda and Prisha Agarwal. They will confer the badges to the newly appointed Spring House captain boys, Shivam Agarwal, and Spring House captain girls, Vedika Chunjunwala. Next, we have Vedika Junjunwala. Spring House Captain Girls, followed by Spring House Prefect for Grade 11. It's Om Prashant Patel. Next, Harshini Ramkumar. Next, we have Govindu Kuchaleshwar. Followed by Moksha Nalin Patel. Up next, we have Rudra Sakya. And next, Snigdha Jain.
The outgoing summer house captains, Selin Sabu and Agam Chedda, will now come forward to confer the badges upon their successors. Leher Rajesh Agarwal is the summer house captain for girls. Aman Ashraf is a summer house captain for boys. Next, we have the prefects from grade 11, Shaurya Vishal Kandapavanar. Rumaisha Alam Khan. Advika Jindal, Summer House Prefect, Dhruva Sindaliggappa, Summer House Prefect, Asma Gajera, Summer House Prefect from grade 9, Priyansh Rishi Gupta, Summer House Prefect from grade 9.
Outgoing captains of Autumn House, Yashvi Kataria and Rajvi Chaudia, will now perform the honors of handing over the mantle of responsibility to the newly elected house captains and prefects. So we have Arav Salunke, Autumn House Captain Boys. He'll be followed by Nitya Kabra, Autumn House Captain Girls. Next we have Ved Niraj Zanwar, Autumn House Prefect. Next we have Arav Kailash Katepur, Autumn House Prefect. Apologies, it's Arav Jangir. Next we have Dhruvi Agarwal, Autumn House Prefect. Next, Sia Jindal, Autumn House Prefect. Now we have Arav Kailash Katepur. And finally, it's Vidushi Jain, Autumn House Prefect.
The outgoing Winter House captains, Sharika Bikina and Neve Karia, will now badge the newly elected House captains and prefects. To begin with, we have Yajani Nandakumar, Winter House Captain Girls. Next we have Damian Matthews Kurian, Winter House Captain Boys. Followed by the Winter House Prefects, Samaira Mahipal Punamia. Ryan James, Winter House Prefect. Aradhana Murli Krishnan, Winter House Prefect. Eva Anil Jain, Winter House Prefect. Robin Peter, Winter House Prefect. Aryan Patel, Winter House Prefect.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a resounding round of applause for all the newly appointed members of the Prefects Council? The outgoing captains will ceremonially hand over the school flag and house flags to the newly appointed captains.
Now, may I request the newly appointed boys school captain, Vian Thiago, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to one and all present here today. On this momentous occasion of the Investiture Ceremony, it is my honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Shraddha Chigateri. On behalf of the school community, please accept this bouquet. Dr. Shraddha Chigateri is the co-founder of GenderSphere, a global South feminist resource center based in India that works across the world to advance gender justice through research, knowledge building, and transformative action. An alumna of the National Law School of India University, she completed her undergraduate degree in law before pursuing an LLM in law in development and a PhD in women and gender studies from the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom. She has served as a lecturer and tutor at the Universities of Warwick and Keele, teaching both undergraduate and postgraduate students in the fields of law, politics, and international relations. After spending 14 years living in the UK, she returned to India and worked as a research fellow at the Institute of Social Studies, Trust in New Delhi, where she led and contributed to several research and evaluation projects aimed at bridging action, research, and policy in the pursuit of a more just and equitable society. She has also worked as an independent consultant with several respected organizations and networks, including UN Women, the Asia Pacific Forum on Women, Law and Development, and Gender at Work, before recently co-founding GenderSphere with her partners. We are especially proud to note that she has served as the head girl of Good Shepherd Public School between 1990 to 1991. Today, she joins us along with her husband, Mr. Langton Ernsberg, her son, Dylan Siddhartha, and her brother, Mr. Murugendra Chigateri, who is also an alumnus of our school. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome our president, Mr. Jacob Thomas, Senior Vice President, Student and Staff Welfare, Ms. Sarah Jacob, Head of School, Mr. Vinod Singh, Headmistress, Ms. Deepa Suresh, our coordinators, teachers, and my fellow students. As a newly elected school captain, standing here today is both humbling and deeply meaningful for me. The Investiture Ceremony is not merely the conferring of badges and titles. It is the entrusting of responsibility, integrity, and service. Leadership in our school has never been about authority alone. It is about setting the right examples, listening with empathy, and working collectively to uphold the values that define Good Shepherd. I assure you all that the Student Council and I will strive to lead with dedication, accountability, and respect, ensuring that everyone's voice is heard and every opportunity is embraced. Today marks not just the beginning of a new chapter for the leaders being sworn in, but a renewed commitment to serve our school community with pride and purpose. Thank you.
May I now request the chief guest, Dr. Shraddha Chigateri, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Vian, for that warm welcome. I was just too eager to address all of you. I was ready already. President, Mr. Jacob Thomas, Senior Vice President, Ms. Sarah Jacob, Head of School, Mr. Vinod Singh, Headmistress, Ms. Deepa Suresh, Academic Council members, proud parents and guardians, students, members of the newly elected Prefect Council, and GSIS staff at all levels. I also remember our founder, Dr. P.C. Thomas, today. I would also like to acknowledge our beloved ma'am, who is unable to make it today. It is an immense honor and pleasure to be back at my alma mater, my home away from home for 12 years, with all of you, especially those who have taken an oath to serve. It fills me with such joy to be back in these beautiful school environs. under the blue, blue skies of Ooty. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this ceremony. I thoroughly enjoyed the March Past and the Investiture Ceremony. I'm nostalgic, of course, as so much of it is so familiar, and I'm astonished that I remember so much of the oath by heart. Not to give away my age, but it has been 35 years. But more than anything, my heart is beaming with pride for all of you. In our days, we got nominated into the Student Council, and it was a huge achievement then too, of course. But I understand that in recent years, there is a rigorous application process, so the selection into the Prefect Council now is absolutely no easy task. So double kudos to all of you. Yes. I was wondering about what a Cretaceous dinosaur like me. I don't believe I'm old enough to be from the Triassic period, for all you dinosaur lovers out there. If I may say so, I'm not yet even 67. I've heard that the numbers 6, 7 create quite the ruckus among some of you younger lot. So anyway, I was wondering what a dinosaur like me could share with all of you smart young people today. As a person who's deeply invested in equality and social justice in the work that I've been doing over the past 30 years, I thought I would share a few thoughts on the state of our world. The world that as leaders of tomorrow, you have to navigate as you seek to make your own mark on it. We live in a complex, rapidly changing time, and there are numerous challenges facing the world. There is the challenge of climate change, of course, which I know all of you are very invested in the work you do on sustainability. There's also the challenge of rising inequalities between and within nations. And as the saying goes, none of us is equal until all of us are equal. We also face the challenge of how we provision for elder care as our youth boom grows older. There's also an existential challenge for humanity as we navigate new technologies and both the immense benefits that AI promises, as well as the significant ethical challenges that it poses. And there is, of course, a crisis of governance, as the established multilateral world order of international rules and norms as we know it seems to be crumbling around us. And instead of a global, inclusive world, countries now seem to be walling themselves off with nativism, ethno-nationalisms, and fundamentalisms of various hues ruling the roost. What then does it mean to be a young person in this world? How do the leaders of tomorrow navigate these challenges? Well, I wish I had the answers, but what I do know is that this is where we, as Shepherdians, with truth, trust, triumph as our motto, come into our own. It is written into the moral fiber of our school. It is in the vision of our founders, and it is in the work of the current leadership. To become confident, creative individuals with voice, agency, and resilience, and leaders in our chosen fields, of course, but also to recognize social suffering in the world and to do something about it. You will know I've heard about how the entrance to the school in our days had a statue of Jesus with a saying inscribed below. I complained because I had no shoes until I saw a man with no feet. So yes, things may not always be smooth sailing for all of you all of the time, and life will likely throw you many, many lemons, and of course you will make the proverbial lemonade with it, or limoncello, or your preferred lemon drink of your choice. But as Shepherdians, we also recognize what an immense privilege it is to receive the excellent education that we get here at GSIS. And to paraphrase the great philosopher Spider-Man, with great privilege comes great responsibility. While we make a success of our lives, we have a larger purpose to serve society. And as the mission of our school says, we serve with humility and live with a deep commitment to justice, sustainability, and global citizenship. To paraphrase another great philosopher, Karl Marx, the purpose of education is not just to understand and interpret the world. The point is to change it. And if I may add, the point is to change it for the better. And how may we change the world for the better? Many of the values that are written into our school song and in the oath that the Prefect Council took today, and if I may add the school prayer, of integrity, humility, kindness, and responsibility, of being faithful and truthful, of doing things to the best of one's ability, and of serving with grace. These are values that will hold you in good stead, were you to zealously heed them throughout your life. And the mission of the school resonates with the values that the founders of our nation wrote into our Constitution as well. We, the people of India, have solemnly resolved to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, and to promote among them all fraternity. So to the Prefect Council and to all of you students gathered here, I say to you, I have faith in you to build a better world. One which decries inequalities, injustice, and hatred of fellow humans in any form, and which strives to promote a better, more equal world. This is not the world of George Orwell's Animal Farm, where all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. This is a truly just and equitable world. Into this heaven of freedom, as our poet laureate Rabindranath Tagore wrote, may our country awake. And may I say, as a feminist and a believer in women's equality, it is a pleasure to see so many women amongst you in leadership positions. Long may the breaking of gender barriers continue at GSIS. As the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said, women belong in all places where decisions are being made. And if I may quote Maya Angelou, who has inspired your school prayer as well, each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. But of course, the values of women's equality and gender justice are not for the young women and girls among you alone. I'm sure all of you young men and boys, and those who are non-binary, also believe fiercely in women's equality and the equality of all those on the margins of our society. And to this end, I hope that the approach you take to leadership in the Prefect Council and in the world as you graduate will be one that is driven by a belief in equality, one that centers care and emphasizes collective power, shared decision-making, accountability, and solidarity. I will conclude with the words of the father of the Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who said, "A great man, or I would say human, is different from an eminent one, in that they are ready to be servants of society." I hope, building on the education you receive here, you will strive to be great humans. And always, may truth, trust, triumph be your guide. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Now, may I request the girls' school captain, Meera Vadiveland, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Shraddha Chigateri, members of the Academic Council, teachers, my fellow prefects, parents, and my dear students. It is my privilege as the newly elected girls' school captain to present the vote of thanks on this significant occasion of the Investiture Ceremony, a moment that marks not merely the appointment of leaders, but the acceptance of responsibility. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Shraddha Chigateri, the head girl of GSPS in the year 1990 to 1991, for graciously taking the time to join us today. Your presence strengthened the meaning of the ceremony, and your journey stands as a reminder that leadership cultivated within these walls continues to influence the world beyond them. Please accept a memento on behalf of Good Shepherd International School. We sincerely thank our management for their steadfast encouragement and vision. Mr. Jacob Thomas, Mrs. Sarah Jacob, Mr. Vinod Singh, and Mrs. Deepa Suresh, whose guidance continues to shape the character and direction of this institution. Our deep appreciation goes to Mr. Dominic Judehurst for the meticulous organization of the parade, reflecting our discipline and unity, and to Mr. Birendra Ghosh for training the prefects in the slow march with precision and patience. We thank the school choir for leading us in the school song, reminding us of the tradition we inherit and the legacy we must uphold. Our appreciation extends to all the support teams, the technical team led by Sam Sir, the photography team of Ajay Sir and Vimal Sir, the venue coordination team of Chechis and Annas led by Sashi Sir and Jackson Sir, whose quiet efficiency ensured the seamless conduct of this program. We express our sincere gratitude to our teachers, whose dedication and guidance continuously mold us into individuals capable not only of achievement, but of integrity. We also warmly acknowledge the parents who have joined us today, your faith in the school and your continued encouragement at home nurture the confidence and character that students bring into positions of responsibility. Leadership is strengthened when guidance from school is reinforced beyond its walls. To my fellow students, thank you for your attentive and enthusiastic participation. Your engagement reflects the unity and spirit that give true significance to occasions such as this. As we conclude, let this not be remembered as a day of badges and titles, but as a moment of commitment. Leadership is not authority granted for a year. It is accountability accepted every day. From this point forward, may we lead with discipline when it is difficult, with courage when it is uncertain, and with humility when it is successful. The badge we wear today will eventually be removed, but the responsibility it symbolizes must remain permanent within us. Thank you.
All are to rise for the national anthem.